Shadows twist where whispers grow. The edge of light begins to flow. A world unseen through fractured glass, where futures meet the echoes past. Step closer now, the veil is thin. A riddle starts where dreams begin. The experimental medium calls your name. Nothing here will be the same.
Welcome to another captivating episode of Experimental Medium, where we delve into the mysteries and wonders of the unseen world. Today, we're embarking on a journey back in time to explore the profound and intricate practices of ancient Greek mediumship and spirit communication. Imagine a world where the divine and the earthly were intertwined, where gods, spirits, and the souls of the dead were an ever-present part of daily life. This was the reality for the ancient Greeks, who developed one of the most influential spiritual worldviews in history. In this episode, we will unravel the significance of mediumship in Greek culture, a civilization that seamlessly blended myth, ritual, and philosophy to form a sophisticated understanding of existence. Their belief system was not just a set of isolated practices. It was a comprehensive worldview that permeated governance, healing, and philosophy. By the end of this episode, you'll gain a deeper appreciation of how these ancient practices shaped societal norms and influenced decision-making, leaving an indelible mark on the course of history. Our focus today will be on the myriad methods of spirit communication employed by the Greeks and their profound impact on societal and cultural paradigms. From the revered oracles of Delphi to the mystical rites of necromancy, the Greeks left no stone unturned in their quest to commune with the divine. These practices were not merely esoteric rituals, but were deeply embedded in their social and political fabric, influencing everything from personal life choices to grand political strategies. As we explore these fascinating methods, we'll uncover how the Greeks sought guidance through dreams and visions, and how mystery religions promised spiritual rebirth and insight into the afterlife. The impact of these practices was far-reaching, providing a framework for understanding the world and humanity's place within it. This episode promises to enlighten you on how these ancient traditions continue to inspire and intrigue modern spiritual seekers. Have you ever wondered how ancient beliefs continue to echo through time, influencing even contemporary spiritual practices? As we navigate through the layers of Greek cosmology and spiritual dimensions, you'll discover the lasting legacy of their mediumship traditions. So sit back and prepare for an engaging exploration into the spiritual depths of ancient Greece, a journey that promises to be as enlightening as it is intriguing. Stay tuned as we unravel the mysteries of a civilization where the boundaries between the seen and unseen were as fluid as the Aegean Sea. Ancient Greek cosmology presents us with a fascinating and intricate view of the universe, one that is layered and multidimensional, reflecting a profound understanding of the cosmos, where divine and human realms are perpetually intertwined. This worldview is not merely a collection of myths or stories. It is a sophisticated system that defines the very essence of existence and the universe as perceived by ancient Greeks. At its highest point sits Olympus, the celestial abode of the Olympian gods such as Zeus, Athena, and Apollo. These deities were not only rulers of the cosmos, but also direct influencers of daily life, embodying human traits yet wielding divine powers. Below them lies the human world, a realm where everyday life is guided by divine will, omens, and fate, concepts deeply ingrained in Greek culture as Moira, or destiny. The Greeks perceived their world as being under constant observation and manipulation by these powerful deities. Their actions, thoughts, and destinies were intertwined with the whims of the divine. Descending further into this cosmological structure, we encounter the underworld, ruled by Hades and Persephone. This realm, often shrouded in mystery and fear, was not simply a place of eternal punishment or reward. It was a necessary counterpart to the living world. Within Hades, sections like Elysium provided a blissful afterlife for heroes and virtuous souls, while Tartarus served as a place of punishment for the wicked. Yet, the underworld was more than a final destination. It was a place of communication, where the living could reach out to the spirits of the departed through rituals such as necromancy. This idea of a permeable boundary between the living and the dead underscores a key belief in Greek thought, that death does not sever the connections forged in life, and that guidance from the deceased could be sought for the benefit of the living. The concept of chthonic realms further illustrates the complex nature of Greek cosmology. These domains of underworld gods and restless spirits were often invoked in necromantic rites, highlighting a belief in an ongoing interaction with the spiritual world. Such interactions were not unusual or marginalized. Rather, they played an integral role in Greek life, influencing the way people made decisions, governed, and healed. The Greeks relied heavily on these communications with the divine, seeking guidance and wisdom through various means, including oracles and dreams. Here, the intermediate realms come into play, spaces where gods and spirits communicated with humans through dreams, visions, and oracles. These realms acted as a bridge between the divine and human worlds, suggesting that the universe was not divided by rigid boundaries, but was instead a continuum of interaction and influence. In everyday life, the role of gods, spirits, and the dead was omnipresent, deeply influencing decision-making processes across all levels of society. From personal choices to matters of state, the Greeks believed that divine forces had a say in the outcome of events. This belief was not limited to spiritual or religious contexts, but extended to practical applications in governance, warfare, and even the interpretation of natural phenomena. The Greeks saw the world as a tapestry woven with divine threads, where every occurrence, no matter how mundane, was part of a larger cosmic order. This view instilled a sense of humility and reverence for the unknown and the unseen, encouraging individuals to seek harmony with the divine will and to understand their place within the grand scheme of the universe. In summary, Greek cosmology and its associated spiritual worldview reveal a culture that valued the interconnectedness of all existence. The ancient Greeks lived in a universe that was as much spiritual as it was physical, a place where the boundaries between gods, spirits, and humans were fluid and dynamic. Their understanding of cosmology was not only a reflection of their religious beliefs, but also a guiding principle for how they navigated their lives, made decisions, and sought meaning in an often unpredictable world. Through this lens, we can appreciate the depth and richness of Greek mythology and its enduring impact on the way we perceive the universe today. Oracles in ancient Greece were not merely mystical or esoteric institutions. They were deeply embedded in the very fabric of Greek society, serving as institutionalized forms of mediumship that connected the human world with the divine. One of the most renowned oracles was the Oracle of Delphi, a sacred precinct dedicated to the god Apollo. Situated on the slopes of Mount Parnassus, the Oracle of Delphi was considered the center of the world by the Greeks. The priestess of the oracle, known as the Pythia, was said to channel the voice of Apollo himself. This process involved the Pythia entering a trance-like state, often induced by inhaling vapors from a chasm in the earth or by consuming a special concoction. Once in this altered state, she uttered cryptic prophecies that were interpreted by priests. The Oracle of Delphi, along with other oracles, such as those at Dodona and Trophonius, provided guidance through a variety of methods, including interpreting dreams, observing natural signs, and analyzing sounds from the environment. These oracles were not isolated from the rest of society. Rather, they were integral to it, influencing major aspects of Greek life and serving as a bridge between the mortal and divine realms. The influence of oracular messages extended far beyond personal spiritual enlightenment. They were pivotal in shaping personal, political, and military decisions. Individuals, city-states, and entire nations often sought the counsel of oracles before undertaking significant actions, whether in times of war or peace. For instance, before embarking on military campaigns, Greek generals would consult the Oracle of Delphi to seek Apollo's favor and ensure the gods were on their side. The oracle's advice was considered essential for success, and its interpretations could sway the outcomes of battles and the destiny of empires. Politicians, too, relied heavily on oracles to legitimize their decisions and policies. In a society where divine will was seen as guiding human affairs, oracular pronouncements carried the weight of divine endorsement, providing leaders with the authority they needed to govern. Even in personal matters, such as marriage, business ventures, or travel, individuals would seek the oracle's guidance, believing that divine insight could lead to better outcomes and protect them from unforeseen misfortunes. The profound impact of oracular messages on Greek society underscores the deep interconnection between spirituality and everyday life in ancient Greece, highlighting the enduring legacy of these mystical institutions in shaping human destiny. Necromancy, a cornerstone of ancient Greek spiritual practices, was an intriguing art that delved into the mysteries of the afterlife. This practice was rooted in the belief that the dead held wisdom and foresight beyond the living's grasp, making them invaluable sources of advice and prophecy. Unlike the more structured and institutionalized oracles, necromancy was often shrouded in secrecy and performed in solemn, sacred rites that sought to pierce the veil between the living and the dead. It was believed that through specific rituals, one could summon the spirits of the deceased, usually those who held some significance to the summoner, such as ancestors or revered figures from the past. The rituals of necromancy often involved the use of specific incantations, offerings, and even the invocation of chthonic deities like Hades or Persephone to gain access to the underworld. These rites were performed in places considered to be liminal, such as caves or other isolated locations, believed to be closer to the realm of the dead. The Greeks viewed these ceremonies with a mixture of awe and fear, acknowledging the power of the dead while realizing the potential dangers of disturbing them. Through necromancy, practitioners sought guidance on pressing matters, be it personal dilemmas, political decisions, or predictions of future events. The practice was not only a testament to the Greeks' belief in an interconnected cosmos, but also underscored the significance they placed on the wisdom of the past and the voices of those who had crossed into the afterlife. One of the most vivid illustrations of necromancy in Greek literature comes from Homer's Odyssey, where Odysseus embarks on a perilous journey to the underworld, known as the Nekyia. This epic tale provides a rich narrative that showcases the Greeks' understanding of and respect for the dead. In the story, Odysseus seeks to consult the spirit of the prophet Tiresias to gain insight into his journey home. However, to reach the prophet, Odysseus must first perform a series of rituals to summon the spirits. He digs a trench and pours libations of honey, milk, wine, and water, followed by the sacrifice of a ram and a ewe, whose blood serves as an offering to the spirits. The scene is both eerie and profound, as the shades of the dead gather to drink the blood, granting them the strength to speak. Odysseus encounters numerous spirits, including his mother, Anticlea, and several fallen comrades, each offering personal insights and prophecies. This encounter underscores the Greeks' belief in the continued existence and consciousness of the soul after death, as well as the notion that the dead could provide guidance and knowledge unavailable in the world of the living. The Odyssey thus serves as a cultural artifact that reflects the ancient Greek worldview, where the boundaries between life and death were fluid, and communication with the afterlife was not only possible, but also a respected and integral part of their spiritual practices. Through Odysseus's journey, Homer encapsulates the essence of necromancy, illustrating its role in seeking truths that lie beyond mortal comprehension and the reverence with which the Greeks approached such mystical endeavors. In ancient Greek culture, dreams were not merely random sequences of thoughts or images experienced during sleep. They were considered profound messages from the gods or from one's ancestors. This belief in the divine origin of dreams permeated many aspects of Greek life and spirituality, serving as a bridge between the mortal and the divine realms. The Greeks viewed dreams as significant, often seeing them as direct communications or prophetic visions sent by deities to guide, warn, or inspire the dreamer. This belief system was deeply embedded in their religious practices and philosophies, making dreams an integral part of their cultural and spiritual identity. Dreams were interpreted as omens or signs that required careful analysis and understanding. The interpretation often depended on the context of the dream and the status of the dreamer. For instance, a dream experienced by a king or a high priest might be considered a prophecy with far-reaching implications, potentially affecting political or military decisions. The Greeks developed a sophisticated system of dream interpretation, with experts and scholars dedicated to deciphering the meanings of these nocturnal visions. They believed that dreams could foretell the future, reveal hidden truths, or provide solutions to personal dilemmas. This perspective on dreams as divine messages highlights the Greeks' holistic view of existence, where the spiritual and material worlds were interconnected and continuously interacted with one another. The practice of dream incubation was one of the most intriguing aspects of Greek spirituality, particularly in healing sanctuaries dedicated to Asclepius, the god of medicine. These sanctuaries, known as Asclepia, were scattered throughout Greece and served as centers for spiritual and physical healing. Dream incubation involved worshippers spending the night in a sacred area of the sanctuary, often referred to as the abaton, with the hope of receiving a healing dream. Participants believed that during sleep, Asclepius or other healing deities would visit them in their dreams, offering cures or guidance on how to alleviate their ailments. This practice was not only a testament to the Greeks' faith in divine intervention, but also reflected their understanding of the mind-body connection in the healing process. The healing dreams often contained symbolic messages or instructions that required interpretation by priests or dream interpreters. These specialists played a crucial role in the healing process, helping to decipher the divine messages and advising the dreamers on the necessary actions to take. The dream incubation process was often accompanied by rituals and offerings, creating a holistic spiritual experience that combined faith, psychology, and medicine. This approach to healing through dreams exemplifies the Greeks' innovative and integrative methods in addressing health and well-being, blending spiritual beliefs with practical applications. These practices not only provided physical relief, but also offered psychological comfort and spiritual reassurance to the participants, reinforcing their connection to the divine and their faith in the god's benevolence. Mystery religions in ancient Greece, such as the Eleusinian mysteries, offered a profound and transformative spiritual journey that promised participants a form of spiritual rebirth and enlightenment. These religions operated outside the mainstream public rituals, harboring secret rites and teachings that were only accessible to initiates. The Eleusinian mysteries, in particular, were among the most famous, celebrating the myth of Demeter and Persephone. This mythological narrative, central to the rites, symbolized the cycle of life and death, offering initiates hope for personal regeneration and a blissful afterlife. The promise of spiritual rebirth was not merely metaphorical, but deeply experiential, as initiates were believed to undergo a symbolic death and rebirth during the ceremonies. The secretive nature of these rites, shrouded in mystery, added to their allure and the profound impact they had on participants. Those who underwent the initiation reported transformative experiences that profoundly influenced their understanding of life, death, and the divine. The Eleusinian mysteries and similar cults provided a unique spiritual framework that differed from the conventional worship of the Olympian gods, focusing more on personal transformation and the mystical aspects of spirituality. Integral to the mystery religions were mediumistic elements, which included visions and symbolic journeys into other dimensions. These elements were designed to facilitate direct encounters with the divine or otherworldly realms, thereby enhancing the initiate's spiritual transformation. During the rites, initiates might experience vivid visions that were interpreted as glimpses into the divine or insights into cosmic truths. Such experiences were often induced through various ritualistic practices, including chanting, fasting, and sometimes the use of psychoactive substances, which were believed to open the mind to spiritual realities. The symbolic journeys often involved theatrical reenactments of mythological tales, where initiates would symbolically traverse different realms, representing a journey through life, death, and eventually rebirth. These journeys were not just passive experiences, but were participatory and immersive, allowing initiates to engage with the spiritual narrative at a personal level. This engagement was believed to break down the barriers between the physical and spiritual realms, granting the initiate a first-hand experience of the mystical truths that underpinned the universe. The mediumistic elements of the mystery religions thus played a crucial role in their ability to provide profound spiritual insights and personal transformations, setting them apart as deeply impactful spiritual practices within ancient Greek culture. Through these experiences, initiates were not only transformed spiritually, but often gained a sense of peace and understanding that extended beyond the mysteries themselves, influencing their everyday lives and perspectives on existence. The influence of ancient Greek spirit communication traditions on Roman religion and later Western spiritual practices is a fascinating journey through history that highlights the enduring power of cultural exchange and adaptation. The Greeks had a profound understanding of the spiritual world, believing in a universe where gods, spirits, and the souls of the deceased were in constant communication with the living. This worldview was deeply embedded in their religious practices, philosophy, and everyday life, making it inevitable that these beliefs would permeate the cultures that followed. When the Romans encountered Greek traditions, they were significantly influenced by the sophisticated methods of spirit communication that the Greeks had developed. Roman religion absorbed many Greek deities and practices, including the use of oracles and prophecies. The Oracle of Delphi, for instance, was one of the most influential sources of divine guidance and became a model for Roman oracles. Similarly, the practice of necromancy, which involved communicating with the dead for wisdom and foresight, found a place in Roman rituals. These elements of Greek mediumship were not just adopted, but were adapted to fit into Roman religious and cultural contexts, illustrating a seamless blending of beliefs that would shape the future of spiritual practices in the Western world. The enduring inspiration of Greek mythology in modern spiritual exploration is a testament to the timeless nature of these ancient narratives and their ability to resonate across cultures and generations. Greek myths are more than just stories. They are reflections of human experiences, emotions, and desires, offering insights into the mysteries of life and the cosmos. These myths have survived through the ages, continually reinventing themselves to remain relevant to each new generation. In modern times, Greek mythology continues to captivate spiritual seekers and scholars alike, serving as a source of wisdom and inspiration. The archetypal themes found in Greek myths, such as the hero's journey, the struggle between good and evil, and the quest for knowledge, are universal and speak to the human condition. These stories invite individuals to explore their own spiritual paths, encouraging introspection and personal growth. Moreover, Greek mythology's influence extends beyond spiritual exploration into popular culture, literature, and art, where its symbols and characters are reimagined to reflect contemporary issues and ideas. This ongoing dialogue between the ancient and the modern highlights the enduring legacy of Greek mythology and its profound impact on the way we understand ourselves and the world around us. Through its rich tapestry of gods, heroes, and mythical creatures, Greek mythology continues to inspire a deeper connection to the spiritual dimensions of existence. As we draw this enlightening episode of Experimental Medium to a close, it's essential to reflect on the profound significance of mediumship in ancient Greek society and its enduring impact on our contemporary spiritual landscape. The ancient Greeks didn't just practice mediumship, they wove it into the very fabric of their lives, creating a culture where the divine and mortal were ever intertwined. Through the use of oracles, necromancy, dreams, and mystery rites, the Greeks maintained a dialogue with the unseen, influencing everything from daily decisions to grand political strategies. This worldview, where the cosmos was a multidimensional tapestry of gods, spirits, and ancestors, offered a unique perspective on existence, one that embraced the mysteries of life and the afterlife with both reverence and curiosity. The legacy of these practices is not just a historical footnote, but a living tradition that continues to inspire and resonate with us today. As we ponder these ancient rituals, we're reminded of the timeless human quest to understand the unknown and our place within it. In considering how these ancient practices resonate with contemporary spiritual beliefs, we invite you to explore the connections between past and present. The fascination with the mystical and the unseen is as alive now as it was in ancient Greece. Modern spiritual seekers often find themselves drawn to the same questions that ancient Greeks sought to answer. What lies beyond our physical world? How do we communicate with the divine? The practices we discuss today echo in modern spiritualism, where dreams, visions, and the search for divine guidance remain central themes. As you reflect on what we've explored, consider how these ancient traditions might inform your own spiritual journey. Whether it's through meditation, dream analysis, or exploring the symbols of the past, there are countless ways to engage with the rich tapestry of spiritual wisdom that has been passed down through the ages. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the intricate and fascinating world of ancient Greek mediumship. Your curiosity and engagement are what make this exploration so rewarding. It's listeners like you who keep the spirit of inquiry alive, and we are grateful for your time and attention. As we conclude this episode of Experimental Medium, we leave you with a thought. In the words of Socrates, the unexamined life is not worth living. May this sentiment inspire you to continue exploring the mysteries of life with an open heart and a curious mind. We look forward to having you with us on future adventures into the realms of the mystical and the unknown.
Whispers creeping through the haze, shadows dance in twisted ways, echoes hum from worlds unseen. This is where the strange convene. Step into the unknown mind, secrets hidden, twist and bind, truths that linger in between. Welcome to the spectral stream. A voice that stirs the silent night, guides you through the fading light. Journeys deep beyond the real, where unseen forces are revealed. Step into the unknown mind, secrets hidden, twist and bind, truths that linger in between. Welcome to the spectral stream. Electric sparks and haunted tones, reality's edge becomes your home. Questions rise like fragile smoke, the uncharted realms silently spoke. Step into the unknown mind, secrets hidden, twist and bind, truths that linger in between. Welcome to the spectral stream. Electric sparks and haunted tones, reality's edge becomes your home. Questions rise like fragile smoke, the uncharted realms silently spoke.